Alright, today we're going to focus on cool chord progressions that you could use to not sound basic on guitar. And you know what I mean by basic? The same people that wait hours and hours to have brunch every Sunday are the same people that use the one chord too many times in their chord progressions. So, these non-basic chord progressions we're going to go over, all of them avoid the one chord, and then we're also going to have a variation that makes it super not basic. I don't even know what like the opposite of basic is. Complex? Edgy? I don't know. But anyways, you're going to have to know how to number chords in a key to do this, right? Like avoiding the one chord. What did that mean? That just means not playing a C major chord in the key of C. So all these are going to start off in the key of C major, and it really helps to know the chords that go in C major, right? So C major is that one chord. There's that brunch crowd. Just got back from the farmer's market. Let's wait 2.5 hours in line for brunch. No, not going to happen on this video. No C major, but that's the one chord in this key. The 2 chord is going to be D minor. The 3 chord is E minor. The 4 chord is F major. The 5 chord is G major. The 6 chord is A minor. The 7 chord we're not even going to use is B half diminished. And then we go back to C. So we're going to talk a lot about just like the different numbers and stuff, but that's why it's good to know the numbers. If you don't know the numbers, I'll link a video explaining that in more depth, or you can check out my Patreon. But this video is sponsored by Sweetwater and Breedlove. They just sent over this cool new guitar, did an unboxing on this. Check that out because we compare my favorite chords to different species of bread in that video. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, awesome, all solid wood guitar, African mahogany, top, sides, and backs. Under backs. There's only one back. Solid back. All under $1,000. Thank you to Sweetwater for sending this over. Check it out, link in the description. Alright? So the first one's going to be a regular 6, 5, 4, descending in the key of C, but no C. Right? So it's going to sound like this. 6, A minor, 5, G major, 4, F. And then maybe 2 times on that 4 chord, right? Now a lot of different ways you could play it. First of all, we're replacing this A minor, which is kind of basic in and of itself. Let's go to this A minor 11. Way better, way edgier, right? This is like instead of shopping at Forever 21, you get your stuff off of Shein. A minor 11, middle finger on the E string 5th fret, which is an A. There's your root. Skip the A string, 5, 5, ring and pinky, 3 on the B string, right? So A minor 11 is going to be our 6th chord. I like this way because we just go down to a G. I'm doing a G bar chord here. You can do a G open triad if you want. All the way to F. I know you've heard this progression a million times. In fact, the most famous song is really that same thing. It's a 6, 5, 4, okay? So, really fun one to play, especially with these kind of different chord voicings. The nice thing about this 6 to 5, the A minor 11, your pointer finger is already exactly where it needs to go to do maybe like, you know, this middle version of a G major where we don't have the root. And then you just slide that back. Okay. So, really cool transition that you can work on, just like that. Sound great on this Breedlove. Now let's talk about a variation that you could do from a 6, 5, 4. My favorite one, 6, minor 5. So all I did there was I replaced the G major with the G minor, 7, right? Looks like this, 3, and then 3, 3, 3. So skipping the A string, 3E, 3D, 3G, 3B. Now, you know, we can think of this as a substitution, but also you could think of this as a key change if you want, but that's not really the focus of this lesson. It's more about just finding different flavors within a key. Again, this was a 6, 5, 4 in the key of C, which shall not be named, but as soon as you change this 5 chord to a minor chord, you could think that this is a 3, 2, 1 in the key of F, okay? Now, however you think about it, doesn't really matter. I just think it's like a really cool sound, especially when you've established yourself in a key, when you... It's like that sounds so cool because it takes you by surprise. Again, really cool little trick, minor 5 chord. All right? So here's the first one, 6, 5, 4. The variation being 6, minor 5, 4. Let's go to another one, and let's start on that 4 chord this time, and let's do a 4, 6, 2. All right, I want to do a couple different variations of this one actually, but if we think of a 4, 6, 2, it's like, all right, C, D, E, F, 4, F, G, A, 6, A minor, 2, C, D, D would be D minor, right? So 4, 6, 2, okay? So if we just played it with that same kind of strumming pattern, 4, 6, 2. And then the next time, let's do 4, 3, 2. Now the reason I wanted to get that 3 in there, because if we just did a 4, 6, 2, again, F major, A minor, D minor, well, you know, are we really in the key of C? Sure, it sounds like it because we've been jamming in C this whole time, but a 4, 6, 2 in C is the same as a 1, 3, 6 in F. That's why it's really fun kind of numbering these things. But again, I think a really cool thing songwriting-wise is to maybe have some interplay between a couple keys to kind of keep you guessing. That's why when we make that E minor, that 3 chord, when you bring that into the mix, it's like, okay, just so you know, we're still diatonic in a different key, but 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 3. Okay, so again, that E minor switches it up in a cool way. Now, again, just to kind of really force this idea of like, well, what key are we and why is this cool? Let's take a chord from the key of F and then just use that as some variability, right? Let's take a B flat, right? This is B flat major, 1 on the A string, 3, 3, 3, or you can just think of like an A shape, half step higher. Again, I like this chord voicing, or this chord voicing right here, the 6th fret on the E string, and then that major bar chord shape, right? So that'll just be the B flat that will interject into one of these, right? So if we got this F, A minor, see how that sounds clearly in the key of F, right? It doesn't sound weird at all, but once we start doing stuff in that are just like exclusive to the key of C, like that E minor or even a G major, then that B flat major will sound a lot different. So let's check this out. Let's just try to like really kind of force home the idea that we're in this chord progression and not in a different key. 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4. That first progression we did. All of these you can kind of mix and match. So when I have that A minor, G, B flat, that's like a cool thing that, you know, eventually is just kind of playing around in the key of C and adding cool different things. So the next one we're going to do is to totally troll the key of C and just use all of them except for C major. So let's do a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the key of C. This is actually, you can make it sound really like a song. It's kind of funny. You would think that just playing all these chords in order, starting on the 2 chord, would sound like a chord scale, right? Because again, here's the key of C. You can play them as chords. But if you really kind of put some spice on it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in C would be D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, back to the 2 chord D minor, right? So let's start with D minor. There's 4, on that 6. 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, right? That doesn't sound so much like a chord scale. 2, 3, go higher 4. There's different chord voicings. Spice it up a little bit. Now here's going to be our variation. So, what I did there is, after the 4, hit this chromatic walk up to the 5, and then kind of keep that bass note going by using minor 7 flat 5 chords. Alright, pro tip, another cool thing that you can do is not basic at all. Add the minor 7 flat 5 chord voicing. It just sounds impressive. It sounds fancy. You know what I mean? So again, like if you're talking to your mom on Sunday afternoon, oh honey, what'd you do today? Oh, I went to the farmer's market, then I waited in line for brunch, then I went to the mall, and then I took a nap. You can say all that. That sounds basic. Or it could be like, oh, practice my minor 7 flat 5 chord substitutions. They're gonna be like, whoa, not on my Breedlove Organic WIldwood African Mahogany all solid wood guitar. What? See, now you're doing like cool. Now you're doing big things. Big things coming in the community, am I right? So, let's learn the chord voicing first. Rooting on this F sharp, again, not in the key, but connecting this F, the 4, and the 5 chord. 2nd fret on the low E string, skip the A string like we usually do. 2nd fret on the D and G string with your ring and pinky, and then your pointer finger, 1st fret on the B string. So you could think of this also as like an A minor over F sharp, if you're one of those thumb over people, but I like playing it like this. Alright, different ways of doing the same thing. Conceptually, I think it is easier to think of an A minor chord over an F sharp, and then, you know, you can move that wherever you want. But the nice thing is, when you kind of add it, that really adds like a lot of tension and drama on the way up. So I'm getting that F to that F sharp, minor 7 flat 5, to the G sharp, minor 7 flat 5, to again whatever A minor-ish chord voicing you want to use. And that's such a great way to troll that C, because it's 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 1. And again, the great thing is you're not even using that minor 7 flat 5 chord where it's supposed to be diatonically, which would be that B. So it's really just all about being extremely creative, and thinking about this in chord progressions is, I think, a much better way to enhance your creativity on any instrument. Because a lot of times we talk about, oh, what are different solo techniques that we could do over something static and basic in the background. But once you actually start exploring different combinations of numbers, thinking in different kind of scenarios, right? And just like what I said with that F to D minor to A, that 4, 2, 6. I think we did a 4, 6, 2, but either way, however you slice it out. Well, you know, am I thinking of that in the key C, or am I thinking of that as a 1, 6, 3, and F? You know, once you start thinking about that, it's like, well, what is the difference? It's like, oh, G minor, G major, G minor. And again, that's why I really like that minor 5 chord, because it's a great kind of portal in between the key of C and the key of F. So just a lot of music theory talk, but everything is sounding great. Everything is sounding right and tight on this Breedlove. Super stoked to have this. Thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video and sending this over. Again, I also did an Instagram short and a YouTube short about just using the direct out. It's also got a tuner right here, right, which is great. Well, very underrated feature, having a tuner built into the guitar that you can just kind of press the button, turn it on and off. So super stoked about all that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite chord progressions are. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section, Instagram, or the website. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.